So today, I thought we'd start with some discussion, some questions, some talking together, some sharing together. There's an opportunity for some generosity together, and that's what we're talking about today. Everybody's going to be involved. And then I think after that, we'll sing some songs together and say some thank yous. I think that'll be good order to do it in. So, now listen, I don't know if you know this, but there are now 5 togethers. I keep recapping every all age, and we always forget one, so now we can forget 2. Can anyone on the front row tell me one of our 5 togethers? Do you remember any of them? So this is 5 things, it goes something together that we are doing as a family more and more and more till it becomes part of us more deeply. Yes. Oscar?
Love.
We are going to love together, and that runs right through all of them. That's right. But there's some certain words. Yes, Dan? Eating. Yes. Everyone remembers the eating. Where did I put my pen? Okay. This is just a quick recap, okay? So, eating. Someone on the back row tell me. Another together. Nath. Sorry. It's a bit on you. Sharing together. Exactly. Sharing together is linked with generosity, which is what we're going to talk about today. Sharing. Any more? Someone from this side in the middle, tell me one of our remaining 3 togethers. Everyone's avoiding eye contact. You're not going to... Learning, I think, was learning. Great. I just put recap the 5 togethers and I didn't put what they were. Learning. Well done, Matthew. Ever prepared. Learning. Yep. So, got learning. Yeah, let's have someone from the front row again. You have had your hands up patiently, Ollie. Go on. Yes. Worshipping together. So we just need to do one more. How many P's in worshipping? No, R's. Let's turn into a... Right, okay. So eating, sharing, learning, worshipping. And this is a bit unfair because we have got sort of a 5th one that has sort of come out because those are all about us, right? Those are all about things that we're going to do. But the 5th one, spoiler alert, is reaching out, okay? So obviously church is not just about us having a good time. It's about inviting everybody else to have a good time and meet Jesus. Right. Reaching out. By the way, the flip chart, I don't know why I just like it. So that's why I do it every time. It just makes me feel at home. So, first question to the kids. What does generous mean to you? Because that's what we're going to talk about. Number 2 there, sharing. Of course, sharing, you can be made to share. Has anyone been made to share? Have you ever been made to share something? Go on. You've got to share. We share, don't we? Which I have said many times. Ariella, yes. What does being generous mean to you? What do you think? How would you describe generous? Do you need some more time? Okay, it's no problem. Anyone else? Ready? Don't worry, because you're going to have some time. Leah, your hands up. What does generous mean? Great. I thought so too. Okay. What I would like is... Now, kids, I would like your full attention. Anthony, turn around, please, son. Thank you. Now, you're going to have to keep the grown-ups in check here because they get very distracted with these kinds of tasks. Okay? So, I would like us grown-ups and little ones to split off into 6 groups. I'm going to give you... 6? I'm going to give you a piece of flip chart paper. I'm going to share my flip chart paper. I'm going to, everybody listening, I'm going to put 1 flip chart paper here on the floor, 1 in the middle here, 1 here, that's 3. How many more do we need to get to 6? 3 more. I'm going to put 1 at the back, 1 in the middle at the back, and 1 there. So what I'd like you to do is spread yourselves out pretty evenly and be a part of a group. And I want you to draw a generous person. Okay? So I don't mean, oh, think of a person I know who's generous and try and draw them. What I mean is, listen to these questions. You ready? These are the questions you can be thinking about when you're talking about your generous person. What is their face like? What are their clothes like? What do they have? Where would they be? Who would be around them? Now you can write words as well as drawing. And I would like grown-ups to spread yourselves out as well and make sure your group is as all age as it can be, okay? So, if anyone would like to hop up and help and come and take a flip chart, piece of paper, and I will remind you. Thank you very much, Faye. Yeah, go for it. Pass them around. Thank you so much. So 3 at the back spread around. You're going to gather around these. And you also need pens, which I do not have. Thank you so much. Okay. So remember, what do you think a generous person looks like? You can write words around them. What's their face like? What are their clothes like? Adam is bringing pens because I forgot them. So start talking, start discussing. I will not start your timer for a little bit. That's a good question. Good question, Samantha. Adam is on the way with the pens, by the way. But you can chat. Okay. Okay. I was very well prepared. Doo-doo-doo. Adam is on his way with pens. I really hope. Okay, so while we're waiting on pens, here are your starters. Everybody listening? Here are your starting questions for inspiration. Are our kids listening? I think our kids are listening. Are our grown-ups listening? Very good. Samantha? Okay, so what's their face like? What are their clothes like? Who would they be with? Where would they be? What would they have? Okay. So, I am going to do a 5-minute timer as soon as Adam gives me the thumbs up that every team's got a pen. 5-minute timer starts to show me theirs first. Steve, come on up. Thank you. Okay. So, everybody, teams, you can stay where you are, but I want you to be generous with your attention. And let's look at this groups. Is every team ready to watch and listen? Because we're going to do the same thing for you. Yeah? Okay. So, Steve, tell us in 10 seconds some of the highlights.
So we had kind-hearted, warm-hearted. I don't know how we got long hair, but it's probably going to be a lady. Sorry, nurse. What did we say about the eyes? Sparkling eyes. Yeah. Oh, long arms with open hands to reach out. Yeah, that was it, yeah.
Thank you, Steve. Someone else come and tell me in 10 seconds. Sparkling eyes and a smile. Okay. Bring it back. Bring that attention back. Okay, you can go next, okay? Okay. Steve. Okay, everybody ready? Everybody watching? Okay. It is. It's lovely. I'll hold it. You tell us. I'll give you.
Because we're not all very artistic over there, so we thought these just think we're all very gingerbread.
Okay, 10 seconds. Tell us the highlights.
Okay, so seasonal judgment, as you can see with the eyes. Open-minded, speaks kind words, generous heart. What else we've got? Endless giving, surrounded by people, not all about designer labels. I think that's pretty much it, really. Yeah, that's for 10. Yeah. Was that good? Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's all we want, just some highlights. So, interestingly, you mentioned the clothes. Yeah, not all about the main things. Surrounded by people. Yeah, nice, thank you. Okay, this team you've weighed very kindly. I'm excited to see all these. Okay, so who's going to tell me about this one? Are you going to hand it up? Okay, 10 seconds. Turn it around so everybody can see it. Here it is. Shall I help you hold it up? Okay, Ollie, you hold that side. Oscar, you hold this side here. You press it there. So, Faye, 10 seconds while the boys hold it, while their arms hold. 10 seconds tells the highlights.
Yes, so our little people in our group were saying, but includes everybody. Leah wrote that on there, didn't you? Yes. And then we've got kind words. That was Jace's idea, was it? Kind things are said to everybody. Big cuddly arms. Yeah. We've got thankful. And thankful for football, what was it? Football kits, yes. So thankful for what they have and what they can give. And they look after people around them.
Thank you very much. Thank you, boys. Thank you, kids, for holding it. You can go sit down now. Lovely. Okay. Any more? What teams haven't been yet? Thank you very much. Okay, you can go after it. And then we've got this one, okay? So, highlights. Come and tell us about it. Okay. So, Ariella, Mimi, do you want to read out your words and just tell us in 10 seconds what they are? Go for it. Go on, Ariella.
Excited,
Are we all listening to Ariella? Thank you. Good.
kind, happy,
Share it with Mimi.
loving, and caring.
Lovely. Thank you very much. This team, come on then, and then we'll save yours till last. You're the oldest, you can wait the longest. Thank you. Dan, come on up. Okay, so kids, well done. You've sat really nicely. Keep going. Keep going. Dan, turn it round. Let's see. Okay, tell us in 10 seconds, Dan. So speed round, okay? Tell us about your person.
Okay, so she's wearing cheap clothes. Her name's Jesus. She has a wig donated. Oh yeah, it's donated. She lives in a tent because she travels to people in community. She gives free hugs, she gives presents. Her clothes are cheap and she has a hair loose. She's caring, kind and thoughtful.
Okay, lovely. So someone who's happy and kind and gives what they have, but doesn't have much that they've got. Okay, have you still got to go? Okay, great. Did I do 6 or 7? Okay, 10 seconds. Phil can definitely do 10 seconds. Tell us about this, Phil.
There's no hair. He's not a biscuit. He's just smiley face. He's just happy to give. He's got surrounded by lots of happy people, including Phil Moon down there with the glasses on. This person's a bit shocked by his generosity because it comes from these open hands, and he wears Primark clothes, and he has a glowing big heart. There you go. All right.
Thank you, Phil. Beautiful. All ages sponsored by Primark. Okay, final team. How are we doing, everyone? We got time for one more? I think we do. Come on, then. Come on, somebody tell me about yours in 10 seconds.
We didn't quite manage to artistically portray generosity as we might like. Let's just leave it at that. Other than the big smile and the big eyes and the open talons. Yeah. But they were open-hearted, they were smiley, they were thoughtful, they were loving, they were encouraging, and they were caring.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So, I have a question for you. Leah? Thank you, darling. Okay, so here's the question. There are two big questions that I want to ask you, and I asked myself as Phil was sharing. He said God always asks him questions during preparation for sharing something. He asked me this one. When I was thinking about what does a generous person look like and all these things I was writing down, here's a question for you. Here's a question for you little ones and teens and older ones. Do you believe you are generous? Do you believe you're generous? It's pretty big, isn't it? Like, ow. Wow, okay. And especially when I was thinking about what my man would look like or woman would look like and the words I'd write around and the words we have written around. Do you believe you are generous? Okay. Cool. We're going to come back to that one. So, second question. Do you believe God is generous? Yes, I do. But do you believe God is generous? Okay? So very, very fundamental questions, actually. Do you believe you are a generous person? Do you believe you are generous? Do you believe God is generous? Do you believe it? So I believe it is his nature. But okay, if we expanded on this one, what do you believe that God has given you? If you believe he's generous, what do you believe he's given to you? Kids, think about that. What do you believe that God has given to you? Okay? So, everybody, breathe in and out. God is giving you the breath in your lungs right now. Everybody look at the person next to them and the person to their left. God has given you everybody in this room and many, many more. You can look around you and you can look at your hands. You could do this to the nth degree. And everything you could see or think about or possibly comprehend, God has given that to you. Okay? So, is God a generous God? So, there's a king in the Bible. Anyone know the name of a king in the Bible? Hands up, little ones. Anyone tell me the name of a famous king? Dan. King David. Okay. Seth. Here's your bit. Seth's going to read something that King David wrote. Okay? So remember it's 4. Okay?
I went to the Lord for help, and he listened. He saved me from all that I fear. If you look to him for help, he will put a smile on your face. You will have no need to be ashamed. As a poor, helpless man, I prayed to the Lord, and he heard me. He saved me from all my troubles. The Lord's angel builds a camp around his followers, and he protects them. Give the Lord a chance to show you how good he is. Great blessings belong to those who depend on him.
Beautiful, thank you, mate. That's in Psalm 34. So, King David was a king. He had, physically, probably the most of anyone that he knew of. But he thanked God most for, all throughout his Psalms, God's grace and God's mercy and God's courage and love, security, identity, forgiveness. He knew he needed those things more than he needed anything else. Ollie, sit down, my love. Thank you. Okay. But the second question, do you believe you are generous? We'll come back. Okay. I believe God is generous. It is his nature. And if it is his nature, It is our nature. Okay. And I'm going to show you that no matter what you thought about, when you wrote all those things down and thought, oh my gosh, am I actually generous? I'm going to show you that you are. So, kids, I would like you to come and sit here with me in a circle, please. Thank you very much. Come and sit in a circle, because I was feeling a bit generous, funnily enough, thinking about this, and I wanted to give something to you. Okay? So, if you would like to get something to eat, I checked with some parents, by the way, about allergies, so these are all good. And I believe Evelyn has something with her that she could replace this with. Awesome, if she wants to take part. So, okay, I have some Mawam sweets. Pretty nice. I have a bag here. So, I'm going to give one to every kid who wants one, okay? Do you want one? Great. It's not a trick, honestly. It's not like... I know I've been that guy before, but they are Mawam. They taste like Mawam. They're made with Mawam, okay? Whatever that is. Would you like one? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, just the one. Just the one. Just the one. Nice try, Anka. Micah, you can have these, can't you? There we go. Chase, would you like one? There we go. Yes, you're a child of the Lord. You can hold one. Would you like to hold one? No, not quite. Okay. Any other kids? Would you? I am feeling generous. Go on then. Go on. I'm feeling generous. Leah, would you like one? Would you like one? There you go. Okay. Do we need one more? Anyone else? And no, we're not opening them just yet. And I've got one for me, but has anyone not got one? Any kids not got one? Really? Oscar, you've not got one? Oh, Oscar. I didn't get enough. Oscar, I am so sorry. Do you know what? Listen, you can have mine. Here. You can have mine. You have mine. Okay?
I know what he did. He just missed me.
I prepared Oscar. I prepared Oscar. For that authentic church feel. Yes, wisdom of being a parent and asking a few people. But hang on. Oh. Now I don't have one. I'll tell you what. No, it's okay. Listen, you eat yours. I mean, I'm really hungry. I would love one, but don't. It's okay. You have them. Yeah, you can open them. You can eat them. It's okay. Are you sure, Dan? I can have another. Are you kidding? I think you know this game. Wow, are you sure? Thank you so much. Well, do you know the cool thing is, actually, funnily enough, I do have some more in my bag, just in case. But listen, here's the point. Kids, you ready? You can sit. Do you need one? Anyone need one? Who did you give yours to? Your parents? But listen. Question for you kids. Why was it easy for you to give to me? Why was it easy? Mimi.
You gave to Oscar.
Because I gave to Oscar. Okay. But you still went without, Mimi, though. You would have still gone without, right? Why were you willing to do that? This is the point. God gives first. And because it's his nature, it's our nature, and he loved us first so that we can love and we can give. So, Dan, come and read this. I should have got to, yeah. Here, just verse 19 for us.
This one. We love because God first loved us.
We do. We love because God first loved us. But listen, I would say that one of the most beautiful things that God has given you and all of us is his nature. It is his own spirit, his nature. It's who he is. And kids, grown-ups, adults, slightly more adults, you have the very nature of God. You are generous. You are generous because he is generous. So I know that there are ways that we can flow more in it. But answers to those questions, yes, God is generous. And yes, you are generous. So the final question really is, what is blocking us from believing both of those statements? What is blocking you right now from believing God is a generous God? And what is blocking you from believing you are a generous person? Because there is no doubt about his nature, and there is no doubt about your nature being his nature, okay? So I just want to pray. So can we pray together, everyone? Okay. So this is something maybe you want to take home and ponder. It doesn't come with any negativity. It comes with an opportunity to just simply figure out, find out with God what's blocking it and let it flow out of you more and more, okay? It's not a feel bad about it. It's a, hey, do you know that's who you are? That's awesome. How do I let that out more? How do I see that truth a bit more? So let's pray. God, we want to know both of these truths deeper and deeper. I am a generous person. I have your nature. You are a generous God. It is your nature. So show us, Lord, what blocks us from believing either of those. We all have different pasts, presents, and futures, and we think differently about them all. But thank you that we can navigate it with you and with each other. So please help us in our processing as we share it with others, share it with you. We forgive, we process, we move forward. But Lord, we want to grow in that nature and flow in that nature of giving generously of our time, our resource, our love, and of you.